Well, first of all, congratulations to Sogavare, his administration, for successfully hosting the 17th Pacific Games in Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands, I don't know if you actually took on hosting the Pacific Games, if it fell through the cracks, if another country actually gave it up, but this was an enormous task. And Sogavare, your international relations prowess was on full display. ABC gave you props for that, and you had some good relations with China, some good relations with some other foreign partners to make all of this possible. So, amazing job. Now we're going to break this down and look at the medal tallies of a few island countries, namely Fiji and Vanuatu. For those of you who don't know, Fiji hosted the first Pacific Games in 1963. 60 years later, Solomon Islands have picked it up and they're hosting it in 2023. Fiji has hosted it 3 times, New Caledonia has hosted 3 times, PNG has hosted 3 times, Tahiti has hosted 2 times, and they have proposed to host the 2027 Pacific Games. Samoa has hosted 3 times in Apia. Guam, even Guam, they've hosted 2 times. And this is the first time Solomon Islands have taken the task of hosting the Pacific Games. Now, why is it so important? I mean, what's the big deal about hosting the Pacific Games, a major sporting competition in a single particular country? This is actually a feather in the cap for Sogavare's administration. It is testament to how he's running his country, to how he is an excellent negotiator, an excellent diplomat when it comes to bringing in foreign partners, getting what he needs, getting the resources together. He's an excellent leader. This is a showcase not just for Solomon Islands, but a showcase for the Sogavare administration on how well they're united and they're working together like a well-oiled machine. That can actually be said for other Pacific Island countries. Not to say that once you have stability, you're able to host a gaming event of this magnitude. Well, actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's all about stability, it's all about unity, it's all about leadership, it's all about being an excellent negotiator, an excellent diplomat, and hats off to Sogavare for doing all of this. The world is looking towards you right now, and it's amazing publicity, amazing optics. It's a huge tourism event. You have Solomon Islands Pacific Games, Sol Pacific Games 2023 broadcasted to numerous television stations across the Pacific and also leaping over across the pond into international countries. You have hashtags on the social media channels. Everyone's talking about the Pacific Games. You have the Olympic Games that's coming up just around the corner, and you have prospects who are being highlighted and identified in the Pacific Games with actual chances to make it into the Olympic Games. So making that bridge, shining that spotlight, not just on the athlete, but on Solomon Islands. So once again, amazing accomplishment, Solomon Islands. Beautiful way how you put all of this together. And aside from that, let's look at the tally board. Vanuatu 2, this is very, very disappointing. What's even more disappointing is Tonga with 1. Wow. But anyways, let's come back to Vanuatu. Why does Vanuatu only have 2 gold medals, and who actually got those 2 gold medals? So those 2 gold medals are from table tennis players. One to Annalyn Lulu and the other is to Priscilla Tommy. Annalyn Lulu, I've heard her name over and over again. This lady is 44 years old. She's the flag bearer for Team Vanuatu when they went into the Solomon Games. She is getting there in her years. She's old. 44 years old, and she is carrying Team Vanuatu on her shoulders for one of the gold prospects walking in to the Solomon Islands Pacific Games. That's embarrassing. If Annalyn Lulu is a prospect for gold and only hope for Team Vanuatu while walking into the Solomon Islands Pacific Games or a major gaming event, then that is very embarrassing, and it's a bad reflection on sports management in Vanuatu. She's 44 years old. In the next 4 years, when Tahiti gets to host it, she'll be 48. Are we still going to go and ask her, knock on her door and say, hey, Annalyn, can you carry the flag once more and can you bring back another gold? I mean, what is going on? Where's all the youth? Where is all the young, vibrant, energetic individuals who like to spray paint Port Vila City, who get drunk at Fatumaru Bay? Where's all these reckless ruggers who...
Where are you?
These guys should be running the 10,000 meter event because they're always bloody walking the streets at night. They're always walking somewhere. You can never drive past Port Vila and into one of the other sub-communities and not see someone always walking the streets, even at midnight. Why aren't we recruiting these people? The sports management in Vanuatu is very bad. It's not a secret that the Ministry of Sports has the lowest budget with the Vanuatu government. And the Vanuatu Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee, I find these guys kind of funny because whenever I talk about sports disciplines and different sports categories, it's as if these people, they place themselves in a different room, as if to say, no, we're only here for the Olympic Committee. We are the National Olympic Committee and we look towards everything Olympic-wise, Olympic-related. I mean, we're not even winning in the Pacific Games. Why do we have a National Olympic Committee? Why? We should disband the National Olympic Committee and focus on the small Pacific Games and try and dominate them and then bring them back together, because then we'll know we'll have a chance. But having a National Olympic Committee, what's that for? When we don't have Olympic qualifiers. I mean, not Olympic qualifiers, when we don't have Olympic gold prospects in the country. Aside from Annalyn Lulu, I mean, I want to know, is she even getting paid for going out, representing Vanuatu, bringing home the gold? Is Vanuatu even giving her some financial assistance, thanking her for putting Vanuatu in the yellow category? I doubt it. And what about Vanuatu netball? Man, they're getting thrashed with every country they face. They're always getting their lunch handed to them every single time. We have a netball association. Why aren't you guys going out to the different islands to scout tall girls, bringing them back and try and train them for the next 4 years so that we can actually go and make an impact in Tahiti for the next Pacific Games? And maybe, might be the most smallest chance that we might actually make a dent in the Olympic Games. Why isn't anyone upset about this? Most times, the excuses that come why Fiji lost, why Vanuatu lost, we're a young country, we're underfunded, we have little resources, our population is not that big. Currently leading the gold tally is New Caledonia. Their population is around 270,000. That's less than Vanuatu. Vanuatu is over 300,000. Fiji is close to 1 million. But a country that is very small in population is outshining us. Then you could argue, okay, they've got the resources and the assistance of the French government. I mean, we're an independent country for a reason, right? We're able to stand up on our own 2 feet. So why aren't we making this happen? Why are we settling for bronze? Why are we celebrating mediocrity and saying it's okay? You participated, it's okay to come back. Why aren't we getting upset and looking at the root of the problem, which is the Ministry of Sports, the sports federations, the heads of the sports disciplines? Why aren't these guys currently being held to task, being replaced? Why isn't there an uproar when it comes to Pacific Island states losing? I don't get it. When Australia lost, Eddie Jones was given so much so much flack that eventually he resigned, and I have no idea the terms and conditions on why he resigned, because they would have to pay him out for his contract from 2023 to 2027. It would be a financial loss for Rugby Australia, but somehow they had to get rid of this guy. So they must have risked wasting all that money on him, or they must have come to an understanding and made a under the table sort of agreement, but they needed to get rid of him. Why don't we have the same passion for sports when it comes to losing? Now, I know we do have a lot of passion when it comes to sports. We are fanatics, we are crazy when it comes to our sports. But why don't we give a damn enough to actually hold these people accountable so that we might actually have some good results in the next 4 years? We have foreign partners, China, Australia, New Zealand. We can start prepping our players. We can put them on some sort of allowance. We can send them to these camps overseas. And this is all part of sports diplomacy. Why aren't we tapping into that area? Why isn't our foreign affairs team actually making these arrangements and these agreements? Why aren't we implementing these policies? I have no idea. But I think we are so accustomed to losing, and we believe that we need to be independent for 100 years. We need the same resources as Australia, as United States, as France for us to stand a chance. Let's just say we have all that, but it's still going to be mismanaged by the people in charge. When will we give a damn enough to actually do something about losing? That is the question that I'll leave with you.